Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently getting ready to attack France. I don't think we're quite there yet. If we take a look at our interactions here under transfer subject, British East India Company would likely come in on this, and I suspect a few others would as well. For example, Prussia might. The US actually could too. And if that happened, that would be pretty problematic. We know that they would be more likely to do this when our infamy takes that giant hit. So we would definitely need to expand our military. Before we do that, I think that we should probably expand our industry a little bit. So I'm going to build 20 munitions plants. Yes, I know this is going to take us quite negative. I'm going to start by job seekers here, and we're going to do 10 and 10, something like that. Then we're going to do arms industries. Similarly, I'm building 20, so 10 and 10. Artillery foundries, these I'm going to build entirely in Buenos Aires. We're going to build 20 of those as well. What else would we need? Probably some radios and some, I would think, automobiles. But I think we'll call that good for now. Now that's going to be overbuilt for our current levels. And I do want to raise our taxes up to about here for the time being. And I want to start thinking about creating another army or even two. So I'm going to create, how many do we have right now? We have 8. And we need a new commander here. Okay. I think we should probably go up to 12, actually. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to increase our army size by 50% here. So that'll be fine. We're going to put a commander in here. We're going to need to put 2 commanders in here. Both of these are fine, no special order types. And we're going to recruit trench artillery, sorting by job seekers. This is going to be 4 here. This is going to be 12 here. So that brings us up to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we're going to go to 30, I believe. Yes. For our artillery, we're going to do 15. And then for our cavalry, we're going to do 15. So that should be all of this set up. Excellent. Next up is the 11th. So we're going to get these guys in here. Sure, they seem fine. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing. 1, 2, 3. How many was that actually? That's 23. So we need an additional 7. There we go. And then we're going to bring in some artillery here. Cool. And some lancers here. There we go. That'll be fine. Next up will be the 12th, and we'll need commanders here as well. Those seem good. We'll do 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure how many that actually was. 26. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then artillery will do 15, and lancers will do 15. So it's going to take a while to get all of this recruited, right? No doubt about that. But that's fine. So we're going to get these guys in here. This should be the last set of these that we need to get recruited up. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then 15. I don't think we're going to have enough here to get this last set. No. We need an additional... We have 7, so we need an additional 8. Okay. So 5. That's 10. Okay. We'll go back over here, and this is saying 15. Hang on. This one. There we go. Like that. That'll be perfect. So we're going to get all of that going, but all of that got put at the bottom of the list, which isn't actually where I wanted to put it. Let's just move this on up the list. This is going to be tedious. Okay. So we have a new president, and that's fine. We are having a massive military expansion here. Barracks in Sao Paulo, yes. This is going to be rather a lot of things. I should have put these at the top of the list, to be honest. But it's okay. It'll take a little time to get through this, but not too long. We will definitely get through this relatively quickly. There's now barracks in Cordoba. Okay. And I'm keeping an eye on our current amount of bureaucracy, which is definitely low. Our authority is a bit low as well. We may want to consider cutting... Okay, that's an artillery foundry. Artillery foundries should probably be moved up. Yeah, all of these should be. Okay, let's get all of these moved to the top as well. I thought I put these at the top, but apparently I didn't. Cool. So we're going to get all of these dealt with, the munitions plants as well. And to be clear, this is probably not going to be enough of this. How many lead mines moved up? 3. We're going to move those right on back down. Okay, so something like this. This will be fine for the time being. I do want to move some of these barracks back up. Armenians are moving in, huh? Okay. I want to get this recruitment going. So we're going to move some of these up. Armenians moving in is fine. That seems absolutely okay. And we are going to need a fair amount of additional government administrations. Let's sort by taxation capacity here. 1, 2, 3. Let's put 3 of those in. Okay, now I want to go into our budget, and I'd like to get rid of our tax on luxury clothes. There we go. That should put us in a pretty decent spot, but we're not able to take on France and another great power right now. And I have a feeling that that's going to happen. I don't know which great power. There are a number that might. East India Company, US. I mean, even Austria or Prussia might. Probably Austria, actually, looking at these attitudes. Okay, cool. So that would be a potential issue. We would not want that to happen without being prepared. And to be clear, massively increasing our military power like this is going to make it less likely that they join in. So that sounds very, very good. We're going to have these government administrations done in 5 weeks. We're going to have all of these military factories done eventually. Do we want to move all of these barracks up and have them done first before these factories? Yes. I'm going to move up all of these barracks for now. They're going to build very, very quickly. I want to be recruiting as soon as we can. So we're going to get going here. We don't have a lot of time left in this game, so I definitely want to move these up. And then these railways are going to need to be moved up as well. So barracks are moving up again. This seems fine for the moment, and we're going to get these done very, very, very quickly. So I'm reasonably pleased with that. These are still the barracks in Sao Paulo. We should be done moving these up pretty quickly. I wish there was a way to move all of a similar type up and down, but alas, such a thing does not exist. Okay, I believe I moved up an artillery foundry there. Probably doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter, actually, now that I think about it. Let's move back over here. I want to move those railways up and get those done first. Something like this. Okay, so let's get that all underway. That is going to build very quickly indeed. It's going to take very little time to get that all done. Now, our finances are going to be in a world of hurts here. It's not going to be great. But we are making progress on this. What are we currently at in terms of our power level? 25,000. Let's compare that over to Britain, who is currently at 52,000. Okay, so we're at about half the strength of Britain right now. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Half the strength of Britain is pretty good at this point. So that's fine. But we need to get all of this training as done as possible. So we're finishing up those railways. That sounds good. There's an electricity shortage in Brazilian Jujuy. Let's take a quick look at that. So in Brazilian Jujuy, where is that? That should be somewhere up here. This is not Brazilian Jujuy here. Here we go. So what's going on here? There's just no employees. Okay. Well, they need to hire in. In Santa Cruz, what do we have going on here with this transportation shortage? Actually, we need a new railway in Santa Cruz. So that is fine. We can do that. And market access in Para and Araucania, I believe we just constructed in both of those locations. Okay. Yeah, Araucania and Para both need some work here. I think we're fine, though. I don't think we have major issues there. So little by little, huh? Actually, we'll take education access and assimilation. That sounds fantastic. Let's get these barracks completed. We are working steadily on a lot of barracks right now. And we'll get those done very, very quickly. So we can see that this is now up to 34 out of 63. I mean, it's actually going to be out of 60, but that's fine. Excellent. Our training is definitely going well. So, do we have anything interesting happening up here? Diplomatic play in Iberia and Indonesia? No. But what is... Is France going to be involved in this Iberian one? No, this is just a Portuguese proletarian revolt versus Portugal. This is not going to be a big deal. So that's fine. We don't need to work on that one. How's France doing militarily? 10k. Not well, is the answer. Okay, we can exploit the Amazon, and we certainly will do so. Cool. That sounds great. And the question is, do we want to transfer subject at this time? We're currently still predicting that the British East India Company would join this, but I have a sneaking suspicion that a number of other states would. So that's not necessarily ideal. Now, we just brought up our ship type, and I would be interested in maybe bringing these, like maybe upgrading these. We're on scout cruisers and dreadnoughts right now. That's actually the best we can have. So that seems okay for the moment. We could also increase our naval power if we wanted to. For the moment, I want to just continue to increase our army. And we'll see if we want to increase our naval power before we go to war here, but I'm kind of a doubter on that one. So for right now, we're going to have these government administrations done in just 2 weeks. That sounds good. We're going to be done with all of our barracks in 2 weeks as well. Perfect. We're making very rapid progress through that. And then, of course, all of this construction needs to be done as well. So that's looking pretty decent. We're going to finish up all of these soon enough. Now, to be clear, we're probably going to need more than what we've got here when we mobilize all this. This is probably not going to be exactly what we're looking for, but we also are kind of short on our number of peasants, so our number of people working these jobs could definitely be higher. So I would like to work on that, but we're seeing good recruitment numbers over here. We're nearly maxed out in the 10th. The 11th, 12th, and 13th are all well on the way. So that seems good. We'll let those train up. Let's check in on how we're doing here. 30,000 now. If we compare that to Britain, Britain is currently at 53,000. We can definitely scale this up, but it's getting expensive. This isn't shocking. This isn't shocking in the slightest. So we're going to get all of these plants completed, and we're also going to get NCO training done in 11 months here. And what all does that give us? Under military, NCO training is down here. So that'll give us NCO incorporation, better production methods, as well as squad infantry. And squad infantry is going to be kind of huge, actually. Pin open, please. Thank you. Ammunition, small arms, and radio input. Okay. So, I mean, that's going to be a very big deal. We probably should get ourselves a couple of electrics industries. So this would be in, like, Buenos Aires. Let's go to, like, +10. Something like that. So we'll get that completed. Excellent. And we do have some electricity and transportation shortages that will need to be dealt with. So let's take a quick peek at our railway setup here. So infrastructure in Antofagasta is definitely needing to be brought up by 2. In Buenos Aires, that's going to need to be brought up by 1. Okay. And then in Bahia, Brazilian Jujuy, and Para for power plants. Okay. So let's take a quick look here at earnings. So we know that Bahia is one of them. Okay. I mean, that still needs to hire in. Brazilian Jujuy, let's take a quick look at. We know that that was a ways down here. That needs to hire in too. And in Para, how are we doing? Let's sort by name here. That'll be a little easier. Okay, so in Para, we also need to hire in. I'm not too concerned about that. Okay. So why aren't they hiring? That's a question that we should ask here. Just lack of people, probably. Engines are a little expensive. Noted. But that seems relatively fine for now. We're just working on scaling up all of our military industry for now, and that's going very well. We're going to have that done quite soon. So currently our strength is at 33,288. Beautiful. We're still training up the 11th, 12th, and 13th. So all of those are going to finish up in the eventual times. But for right now, they're not finished. That's okay. We're working on paying down our debt a little bit, but the Russian attitude towards us has worsened. They're now wary. Okay. I mean, they probably see that we're doing this very large military buildup. We are the #2 military in the world. Britain obviously has the most, but we have the next most by a decent margin. We passed Russia. We're past Austria. How strong is Austria? 20k. Prussia is 10k. Russia is about 20k. So, I mean, we're stronger than all of those. We're at about 34 right now. I think we wait for NCO training to hit. Romanian people are moving. I like it. We can recruit them. That sounds good. I think we wait for NCO training to hit in 8 months, and then we declare this. We can't wait much longer. Or maybe we just say we're going to have NCO training soon, but we're going to have to change our production methods. It's going to be... In war, that's a huge mess. I would really rather not do that. So we've got 7 months on this NCO training. And how long until we finish up all of these constructions? Well, it is going to be some amount of time for sure. We're seeing these as being like 5 months away. So it's probably a similar amount of time to get all of this construction completed. Okay, that is noted. Also noted, our deficit at minus 400k. That is spicy. I'm not 100% certain why that deficit is so high all of a sudden. Market access in Cordoba and Buenos Aires? Sure. We could definitely work on both of those. So in... Cordoba just went away. Buenos Aires is being built right now. And Jujuy and Antofagasta. Yeah, both of those seem okay for now. Okay. Yeah. So the main problem at this moment is that we are not actually building in our investment pool. There's no state which has both sufficient infrastructure and available workforce for new private constructions. So that's what's going on with our finances here. We have a lack of workforce. Fair enough. So we're working on it. We're working on getting this infrastructure done. And as that finishes, we are seeing that investments are starting up again. So that's good. That's very, very good. Cool. So I'm really not too concerned about that. Our deficit will get better as we finish up these railways. It's the lack of infrastructure and workforce combined together, right? So that is understood. We're going to get all of these foundries finished in 8 weeks. And we're about 5 months away from getting NCO training. Okay. That is absolutely noted. And we're still researching as quickly as we can. We're capped on that, so that sounds good. So NCO training is going to give us squad infantry and put us pretty far ahead of the curve. That's for sure. This is going to be a huge boost to our power projection. We're fully done recruiting at this point. That sounds excellent. And our foundries are going to be done in a month and a half at this point. And we're 4 months away on NCO training. So we may need to further expand our military. Or rather, not our military industrial complex is what we may need to further expand. Because this is going to probably not produce enough for our entire army. That's understood. We just increased the size of our army by 50%, and I don't think what we had before was good enough for what we had before. So I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be problematic. So this is a lot of artillery foundries going into Buenos Aires. Radios are currently expensive. That's interesting. Let's hop into here and take a look at our electrics industries. Who is not making radios? Minas Gerais is making radios. Buenos Aires is not. Let's switch Buenos Aires over to making radios. There we go. That'll be fine. And market access in Buenos Aires is low, which is deeply unsurprising right now. But we do see 4 levels under construction in Buenos Aires, so that seems fine. In Antofagasta, this is going to need to be probably subsidized. It is subsidized. It needs workers. Okay. That's fine. So we're going to continue to work on our government administrations. There is certainly more government administrations that need to be built. I'm going to do 2 of those. And we're currently working on sulfur mines. We might want to consider pausing construction at some point relatively soon. But I think this is reasonably fine for now. Okay, let's check in on market prices. Silk. Yeah, that's not very surprising. We can't import any silk, and it basically is what it is. We need to reduce the price of dyes or find a balance between the 2 of them. Or rather, increase the price of dyes or find a balance between the 2 of them. I suppose we can export to the French market temporarily, but the Russian market, the Prussian market, and the Scandinavian market make a lot more sense. So we're going to get all of that going for now, and hope that that helps out our silk a little bit. But silk is going to be a bit of a problem child for us for a while. We can also get some motor industries going, and that would be certainly interesting. Let's hop over to, where are they? Motor industries. I'd like to get some more automobiles online, so this is in France. But here in La Paz, that's not a thing. In Sao Paulo, this is okay. In Mato Grosso, we can bump this over to making automobiles. In Santa Fe, we can bump this over to making automobiles. The price of engines is going to be going up quite a bit, and I'm aware of that. So let's just hop all of these over, and that is absolutely going to be increasing the price. Actually, let's have this one stay on engine production. Okay, let's see what that does to the prices. Engines are at plus 30, but I want to see what that is after this kick. Okay, 26. That's fine. So we can build additional motor industries in some areas, and that's not very surprising. So like Rio Grande do Sul would be a decent spot to do it. Or Mendoza. I'm going to do it in Sao Paulo, though. And we're just going to... Okay, this is kind of spread out a little more than I wanted it to. I'm going to build 10 in Sao Paulo. And there we are producing automobiles. So that is noted for now. We're going to get those going. That will get us some production outside of these sulfur mines, and that sounds good. Now, we are about to get NCO training here. We've got 4 weeks left on this. Now 3 weeks left. Excellent. We are going to be flipping over to NCOs for all of this. That will give us some possible issues. No doubt about that. And we're running some electricity shortages. This is potentially problematic. Yeah, this area definitely needs more electricity. In Santa Cruz, same thing here. We definitely need electricity there. What about in Minas Gerais? Yes. This is fully employed. We need more electricity here. In Para, this is not fully employed. So we definitely can let that grow a bit, but I'm going to put a second one there just in case. Over here, same story. It's not fully employed, but I'm going to put another one in there just in case. At the very least, we'll get some economy of scale out of it. So that'll be fine. We'll get these power plants going, all these motor industries, and that is going to get us some NCO training. Now, we haven't been as focused on our economy, so our economy has not been growing quite as quickly. This dye route is currently inactive, but not anymore. Okay. Sounds good. So we are attempting to export some dyes. That'll be good. NCO training has been unlocked. Beautiful. So next up, what are we going to go for? We could definitely consider going for, like, stormtroopers. That'll be relatively fine. But I want to move all of our militaries now over to upgrading all of our squad infantry, or all of our, rather, trench infantry, up to squad infantry. So let's get all of these moving over. That is going to take some time for good substitution. Let's see here. What ones haven't we done here? I feel like I missed one. We haven't done the 4th. We have done the 8th. So I did miss one. Okay. 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Beautiful. So we're going to get those all upgrading. And the question is, how long is that going to take? Well, it's definitely going to take some time. 6? Okay, so we're getting like 10% per week. So it's going to take like 10 weeks. Okay. Well, we're up to 36K, and that's going to continue to improve nicely. We just lost a commander here. Yes, we did. Okay. We'll put in another commander and start working up our organization. Sounds great. We're up to 12. And now we are at 38,000 power projection. That looks wonderful. And now we're at 18. So we're definitely converting 6 per week. So that means it's going to take 10 weeks to get them converted all over. That sounds good. Oil has been discovered in La Paz, and we are running a bit of a deficit. This isn't shocking by any means. We're not at all surprised about this deficit. So up to 24 here, and 30. That should be all of these fully upgraded, and that puts us at almost 40,000. Beautiful. Now, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to attack New Granada. 100%, this is happening. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.